Which one is correct? Depend in, depend of, or depend on? Many English learners aren't sure which preposition to use after each verb, so they just guess and hope it's right. But when you know the correct verb preposition combinations, then you can use them confidently. It's little details like this that really set you apart as someone who knows the English language well. So today, I'll teach you 100 common verb preposition combinations. This lesson is definitely one you'll want to download the free PDF guide to Verbs plus Prepositions because it has all 100 verb preposition combos plus example sentences for each one so you can see exactly how they're used. Click on the link in the video description and enter your email address to receive that free download. Let's jump in. Make sure to pay close attention because a few verbs can be used with multiple prepositions. For example, you ask about a topic if you want to know information, but you ask for something if you want to receive that thing. All right? Let's start with some common verbs that are followed by for. You apologize for doing something bad. You apply for a job or scholarship. Police arrest someone for a crime. We can beg for something when we ask with a lot of emotion. We can blame someone for something they did, or we can forgive someone for what they did wrong. We hope for good things to happen. We pay for the things we buy. If you're a religious person, you might pray for certain people or situations. We prepare for things in the future. Parents might scold their kids for doing something wrong, meaning criticize them sternly. And if the thing was really bad, they'd punish their kids for it. You can substitute something for something else, meaning put one thing in place of another. You can thank someone for a gift or a favor. We vote for the people we want to be our leaders. We wait for things to happen. And if we long for something or yearn for something, it means we really, really want it. These other verbs are followed by to. You agree to do something, agree to take action. You apologize to a person. So you apologize for your bad behavior and you apologize to a person. We can adapt to or get used to a new situation. Someone's possessions belong to that person. We can compare one thing to another thing. We can contribute to something by giving our money, time, or effort. We explain something to another person and also give something to another person. If you lend something to someone, you give it temporarily and they'll have to give it back later. You can introduce someone to someone else and invite people to your house or invite people to a party. We listen to music. Careful, a lot of English learners forget this and say listen music, but it's always listen to music. When you object to something, you express an opposite or a disapproving point of view. We react to news or react to situations. We reply or respond to someone who sends us a message. We can speak to or talk to someone else. We travel to a place on vacation. And finally, we can subscribe to our favorite YouTube channels, and I hope you'll subscribe to mine. Now let's look at with. You agree with a person or agree with an idea. So agree to do something, to take action, but agree with another person or with an idea. If you disagree, then you'd argue with the person or even fight with the person. We also use with after a lot of emotional states, so you can be angry, annoyed, bored, content, disappointed, pleased, or satisfied with someone or something. To collide with someone or something means to hit it with impact. We compete with others in sports and games. We need to learn to cope with difficulties, meaning handle them and learn to survive them. We can calmly discuss something with someone, meaning talk about it with them. We meet with someone when we encounter them and spend time together. We can help someone with a difficult task. We can provide someone with resources. And it's always nice to share things with others. I always like to provide you with the lessons and resources you need to help you with your English. Make sure you download the full PDF guide to today's lesson with all the example sentences by clicking on the link in the video description. This will allow you to go through them more slowly and even create your own examples for each one. Next, we have verbs that are followed by of. We can approve or disapprove of something. We have some more emotional states here, so we can be afraid of, fond of, jealous of, be proud of, be scared of something or someone. We can also be capable of doing something, meaning we have the ability to do it. We can be aware of something, meaning we know about it. We get rid of something when we eliminate it or throw it away. We might accuse someone of doing something wrong. A judge or jury would decide if someone is innocent of or is guilty of a crime. Something can remind you of another thing or remind you of a memory. Finally, we think of something, meaning have an idea or opinion. These next common verbs are followed by about. We argue about a topic. Again, argue with a person, argue about a topic. We ask about something when we want information. We can be or feel anxious about, concerned about, excited about, happy or sad about something. A proud person might boast about their accomplishments. If we care about someone or something, it's important to us. We complain about or grumble about things that are bad or frustrating. When we hear about or learn about something, information is given to us, and then we know about it. We have the information. To think about something means to consider it in your mind. Note that we do say think about, but not consider about. In the same way, we can talk about a topic, but we don't say discuss about the topic. Finally, we would warn someone about a risk or danger. Our next few categories are verbs followed by in, on, or at. We can be interested in something. We're involved in something or participate in something. You can specialize in a particular area of focus. Sometimes things beyond our control might interfere in a situation. We comment on a topic when we say something about it. You concentrate on or focus on an area or a task when you give it all your attention. You can count on or depend on someone or something when you're sure it's reliable. We plan on doing things, and we can insist on doing something when we express our firm demand. We arrive at a location. Note that we arrive at a place, not arrive to the place. We can be good at or be bad at different skills. We also have several verbs that have to do with our eyes. Look at, glare at, meaning to look angrily, and gaze or stare at, meaning to look for a long time. If you want to be friendly, you'd smile at someone. If a joke is funny, you'd laugh at the joke. Finally, we point at something when we use our finger to indicate direction. Now let's look at verbs followed by from. We borrow something from someone else. If someone or something comes from a place, that is its origin. If something differs from another thing, that means it's not the same. We can try to discourage someone from doing something. Say things to make them not do it. Exclude from means to leave someone or something on the outside. If a student behaves really badly, he might be suspended from school temporarily or be expelled from school permanently. If you finish all the years of college, you graduate from college. Kids often play a game where they try to hide from each other. Something can stop or prevent you from taking action. And things like helmets protect us from injury when riding a bike. Only a few verbs are followed by between, and these usually involve choosing and dividing. So we need to choose, decide, or pick between two options. If it's hard to see how two things are different, then we say we can't differentiate or can't distinguish between them. We can also divide or split the cookies, for example, between two children. So now you've learned some of the most important verb and preposition combinations, but this is just the beginning. If you want the complete list, including example sentences, go ahead and download my full Verbs Prepositions Dictionary. I'll put the link right below this video. And if you really want to master English grammar, not just understand it, but actually use it correctly and confidently, then come join my advanced grammar course. Inside, you'll get structured lessons, plenty of practice exercises, and most importantly, feedback on your English so you can fix mistakes and build real confidence. Click on the link in the description to get started, and I'll see you inside the course.